What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Donnie, man. Cranking out the videos, man. Cranking out the videos, brothers. But this is an interesting video recommended from Corey, right? So he was talking about, hey, Donnie, now that we kind of are a couple years further from the 2019 draft when we drafted RJ, how can we rank that draft now, considering what we know? And he asked if RJ Barrett now was the safest pick in hindsight and the best pick in hindsight, from what we know now compared to then. And I'm gonna be very honest with you, so if we got in 2019 round one, I have it right here in front of me, got Zion, Ja, RJ, DeAndre Hunter, which was traded to the Hawks, dealt to the Pelicans, Garland at 5, and I'll stop there. Honorable mention Kobe White at 7, by the way, who I really like. Hey, another honorable mention Cam Reddish, number 10, who I like. We played him the other night. And Rui Hachimura, honorable mention, number 9. Very good players. Um, yeah, so I'm gonna be honest. No, I'd probably if I just look at the top 5, I'd probably rank RJ at about 4, maybe. To be honest, I'll be very honest with you, and I know B Sims, if you see this video, you're gonna fight me on this one, maybe. But look, RJ Barrett is turning out to be the safer pick based on the injuries. Which, look, we got to be honest. It's one thing we always said about Zion. We said that Zion probably wouldn't stay healthy, and most of you said that. I remember back in the day, Coach K even came out and said that I think Coach K was like he should have stayed in college another year and dropped him some weight. It's not working for Zion, man. It's the one thing that holds Zion back from being who we know he can be. It's the injuries, and the injuries are being caused by his body type. His body type is, although it's powerful, it's hard to sustain playing NBA basketball at the size that he is. I'm not sure how much he weighs now, but I'm telling you, it has an impact. And a lot of times, bro, Zion does not come back in the best of shape to start camp, preseason, and then play. You know what I'm saying? It's the reality. That's what it is. Until he gets that under control, and before his body, starts to kind of weigh down on him because of it, he needs to find a way to stay healthy. I always bring Steph Curry as an example because Steph Curry, for many years, he was always really injured. Changed his diet, changed a couple of other things, and now look at how Steph is able to play all these seasons at the levels that he is. The very important part of any athlete, any athlete's success is your diet. It's your preparation, before the game. It's your mentality before the game, which I don't think is a problem for Zion, but it's definitely how he prepares himself to go and play basketball for the up and coming season. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. And I think that now, the Pelicans are kind of like, damn, like, what the hell do we do? For years, like, this was supposed to be it. It's supposed to be Zion dominating the league, and it hasn't really happened because he doesn't have the health to be able to stay on the court. You know what I'm saying? If you can't be on the court, it doesn't matter what you do. We could look at so many players and say that about them. You know what I'm saying? Number 2, looking at Ja Morant. I mean, Ja Morant is basically, to me, in my opinion, Ja Morant is even better than I thought he was going to be. I thought he was going to be good. I didn't think he'd be the way he is. You know what I'm saying? Because for his size, I didn't think he'd be able to get to the hoop the way he did. He was a little bit wild, coming out of college. But I didn't think he'd be this good. Honestly, I'll be very honest with you. I didn't think he'd be that good. I thought he was going to be good. But at the level that he is now, of course, we just made a video on him. A little bit of trouble lately. But that's probably the only thing for Ja, holding Ja back from becoming an all-time great player. His decisions off the court, I think for him is going to be a thing. And I know it's coincidental. I'm not nitpicking because as far as I know, he didn't really have much else going on besides that. And I think something else, they recorded him. Was it Was it a strip club thing or something like that? I don't know if that's what it was. Tell me in the comment section. But that's minor. But you know, it's it's Ja. It's all in Ja's hands. You know, I don't think that anybody can really stop him from becoming an all-time great player in the NBA. But you know, sometimes you need other things to go your way as well. You know, your team. You know, I think the Grizzlies are good. I just don't think that they're good enough right now to win the championship. And also they gotta sort out their characters a little bit that they have. You know, whether it's Ja, how you call this other dude? We always hear about him, Dylan Brooks, and all these other guys. You know, you hear about them more for off the court scuffles and trash talk than you do for them just winning games. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying they're a bad team. I don't think they have a bad record. In fact, what is the Grizzlies' record right now? Memphis Grizzlies. Memphis Grizzlies, they're third in the West, 41-27. They're actually, you know, third in the West is not bad, considering how good the Western Conference is. But I'm telling you, it only gets more difficult as time goes by. You know what I'm saying? So they got to have the mentality as a team with Ja as their leader to be able to, you know, focus on actually grinding out results. That's what you need to do. You know what I'm saying? Grind out results. Talk a little bit less. There's a sense of immaturity I feel like on around that team a little bit. You know, they gotta grow up a little bit. Those guys, you grow up a little bit more. You get a little bit, maybe get a veteran presence in there. You know, just calm these guys now. I know y'all balling. I know y'all good. But, you know, there's levels to this. You know, you don't just want to get knocked out in Western Conference. You actually want to go and compete for an NBA championship. You know, there's a different level of mentality, you know, that's needed for that, which is one of the reasons why Golden State won, you know, when they beat Boston. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a championship mentality that you want to have, you know, and I think that at the end, you know, it's going to be determined by who is able to lead. You know what I'm saying? So having Ja Morant as your leader is great, but I think in the end you need to be able to showcase that all the time. You know what I'm saying? Not sometimes, and that's really something that you know he'll need to work on. Next player we have is R.J. Barrett. I put R.J. Barrett at 4. Really, I put R.J. Barrett at 4 because I think a guy. I'll be honest with you. Like Garland, I have Garland. So Garland was drafted 5. Kobe Wright was drafted 7. RJ Barrett can average like 20 a game and still be super inconsistent, which is a problem. It's a problem. It's a big problem actually, because a team like this, you know, he's not even the first option. He's not the second option. He's the third option. But there's many games where it doesn't. He seems like he doesn't fit in the team, and then he does. You know what I'm saying? I think R.J. Barrett is good. He's not great. I think he's solid. I don't think he's exceptional. I think he's a decent NBA player. I don't know if it's something that's going to translate over many years because it's taken him a while to get where he is now. And I don't think the level is that high. But for what we need RJ to do, it's okay. You know, and is he averaging 20 a game now? I think he just about is. I think he's averaging about, hold on, RJ Barrett stats, RJ Barrett stats. I think he's averaging about 19. He's averaging about 19. 19.8. So technically it's not bad, but see, a guy like me who watches all the games, you know, there's stretches where RJ Barrett disappears, man, and it doesn't translate to for me, you know, to somebody who I can rely upon. So RJ Barrett is a player you're gonna want to focus on his stats a lot, right? So RJ Barrett's stats, he has 19.8 points, 5.2 rebounds, 2 assists, 43.3% from the field. You know what I'm saying? It's strange. It's very strange to me because I think that RJ most of the time he'll play pretty well. I think in the last 2, 4, 5 games he hasn't played bad, except against the game against the Clippers. You know what I'm saying? But he can have 5 really good ones, and then he can have 5 really bad ones, and then he has another 5 really good ones, and then he has 3 bad ones, and then he has 4 good ones, and then it's off and on with him. So I think for RJ Barrett, I think RJ Barrett doesn't know what role he has, you know, in this team, and I don't think he knows how to utilize the best version of himself most games. So if he feels good, then everything is good. But then he doesn't know how to get himself out of slumps, and that's partially because his shooting is not good. I don't think his shooting form is good at all, even though I think percentage wise he doesn't shoot it bad. You know what I'm saying? For example, he shot 33.3% from three against Portland, you know, and then he still had 30 against the Lakers, but he shot 12 of 5. I mean, he shot 12.5% from three, you know what I'm saying? But then he was, for example, 88% from the free throw line as opposed to 71 against the Portland Trailblazers. You know what I'm saying? It's like every other game when he plays well, there's a stat that's really working for him, but then something else drops. And that's something I told you guys 2 years ago. You know, when RJ started playing better, he became a really good 3-point shooter, but he wasn't driving. Then people got on RJ for not driving, so he started driving more, but then he stopped shooting as much, and then his shot went down to the point now where his shot's not good, but he's still able to get to the hoop. So I think at some point RJ has to decide what he wants to be. You know what I'm saying? I'm still not drafting him ahead of Zion, not drafting him ahead of Ja. Um, okay, DeAndre Hunter, he can probably stay at 4. Even though I think Darius Garland can only get better. I think Garland is good. I really like Garland. You know, it's the consistency for me for RJ Barrett. I'm not 100% sold on it, man, because the problem for me is, you know, like all these other guys that are ahead of RJ right now on any day are just playing better than him. Point blank period better than him. But it's not like he doesn't have it. I just don't think RJ knows how to go about it certain games. You know, what should I do to contribute? What should I do to maximize my potential? What is my type of play style? You know, I don't think he knows that. I don't even know it. And I watch these guys every day. I think at best, if RJ becomes good driving, you know, becomes less predictable, always know how to get a foul, you know what I'm saying, drive, but you don't always have to go with your left hand. But unfortunately, his right hand is not strong. And in fact, a lot of times RJ doesn't go up strong anyway, which hurts him. He can hit a timely bucket, but it takes him a while to get going. You know, so I think in part, if people continue to be patient with him, I don't think he'll be bad. Just don't expect extraordinary things from him all the time, and you'll be all right. I don't think it's RJ's game to be the guy who's gonna get everything going from the beginning. We have Randall, we have Brunson, we have Quickly, you know, among other guys. We have a Josh Hart, maybe a little bit of Deuce now, who are probably more likely to start something before RJ does in the beginning of a game, and that's the one unfortunate thing about RJ. It takes him so long to heat up, you know, and because it takes him a long time, sometimes it's hard to predict what type of RJ you're gonna get on a given night. So I don't think I'm drafting him ahead of anybody really, and I think it's probably tied with Garland. Probably tied at Garland for 4. You know what I'm saying? Do I think Darius Garland is better than RJ right now? I think Darius Garland. I think Darius Garland is about. No, RJ Barrett is better than him. RJ Barrett is better than him. I'll respect RJ like that. But at the end of the day, you know, if an opportunity came to trade RJ, would I probably trade him? I probably would. I probably would for something more consistent than RJ is, even if he dropped by like 2, 3, 4 points a game. So let's say you went to 15 points a game and you had some type of player that was like Josh Hart type effort. I can't think of the top of my head who that would be. I probably would, you know, because I'm not expecting RJ to do extraordinary things, but I'm expecting him to at least contribute to it. And when he does, he's great, but sometimes he doesn't, you know, and that's kind of my take on it. I hope I did a good job at least trying to explain everything. But it's your boy Donnie. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Looking back at the 2019 draft, are you redrafting RJ or are you keeping him where he's at? He went fourth, and he went fourth, so it's not like he went low. He didn't particularly play well in the NCAA tournament, RJ, but you know, we ended up getting him. Zion went to the Pelicans, and RJ developed to what he is now. It's okay. It's not bad, but it should really be a lot better if I'm being harsh. But that's our guy, RJ, and we're gonna try to support him and see where he goes from here. But it's your boy Donnie. Let me know what you think in the comment section, and I'll see y'all next time, man. Like, comment, subscribe, enjoy these videos. See y'all next time. Peace. I'm out.